Hi guys, Friday 7th September, up in Warrington here at Quality Nishikigoi. On this video I'm going to have a little chat with Tim and Paul about the business, the industry, the forthcoming trip to Japan. We're also going to go and see a couple of ponds that Quality Nishikigoi have been involved with, from full build through to ponds they maintain, and another pond where they supply the majority of the koi are in the pond that you'll see. So I hope there's some interesting stuff that you'll enjoy in this video. So guys, about a year since I've been here. How's the last year been?
Yep, very good.
Yeah, been busy.
I think slight improvement on every year, maybe 10%, 20% on every year, it's steadily climbing.
So what's your feelings about the hobby, state of the hobby at the moment?
I still think it's in its, I think it's sort of like in an infancy really. It's still not as good as it used to be, but whether them days ever come back again, probably not. So we do what we need to do, and it seems to have worked. It's our 10-year anniversary next year, which has flown past me.
That's fun, bastard.
Yeah, it's quite incredible really. It's already 10 years, so we'll probably do something next year to celebrate that. But yeah, it's just going from strength to strength really, with the koi trip side of it as well, which is just getting busier than ever really. Yeah, it's been really good, really good.
So talking koi trips, you're off next month?
Yeah, me and you go out on the 11th. So we go on the 11th, and then the clients follow us over on the 15th. I believe, well, they arrive on the 15th, so that's for the first lot, and then the second party will come in after them. They'll probably cross over a couple of days, but yeah, we should. We've already got all the dates together now, and so it might be good.
So this October's full?
It's full for. It's not full for individuals, so the odd individual can still fit in to the thing, but yeah, for the bulk of it, it's full.
Okay, so give people an idea what they can expect from a typical trip if
well,
anybody's interested.
This year we've got we arrive with the customers come out on the 15th, and then on the 16th there's a Nisai harvest, 2 Nisai harvests on the 16th. Then on the 18th you've got Shintro's #1 pond, and the Sansai pond I believe we'll probably do on the same day, and then 2 days after that is the Matsunosuke #1 harvest, which will also be on the same time as when the Nago koi show's on. And then plus we've got to go and round and see at least 10 to 15 breeders in a day, so it's quite a full-on itinerary, but it's looking well.
You have a damn sight more idea about what's going on this October in Japan than I do, that's for sure.
Well, there you go. I got the dates. Well, to be honest with you, some of the breeders, they're asking us when we're going over there so they can set the dates. Nothing wrong with this free labour that we get when we go over there.
They do get free labour. It's
yeah.
That's one of the things certainly the customers that come with your trip is it's a hands-on for them.
Oh yeah, they can get in and do whatever they want. You know, there's only the main ponds where they're not allowed to get in there and handle the fish, but they can they can still do the manual job of bringing the fish up the banks in the bags.
Yeah, very good. And so later in this video, we've been and seen those ponds already that we've been at this morning. So part of your service you offer as well is pond builds, pond design, installations, etc., etc.
Yeah, we try and do 2 pond builds a year. We're just about to start the second pond build this year over in South Manchester, but we do a lot of the upgrading, we do a lot of installs just for filters, whereas people have built their own ponds and stuff like that, and then we'll go in there and do all the pipe work and everything like that to do. We do them every other weekend we're out doing that sort of thing, so yeah, it's been a busy on the equipment this year.
I'm very much an advocate of Evolution Aquaponics.
Yeah, we only do Nexus. It's the only, we're happy with them, we're confident with them. Well, we have 8 of them running in our shop. Even in the quarantine area, that's all we use. I mean, we are a big advocate because we're confident in that product. We are confident. We never have to go back to it.
No, the big ponds where they got like a skimming involved, we always try to put like a K1 breed on there. Water's fancy stuff.
Excellent, great. So I will see you guys again
in Japan.
In Japan.
Yep.
And for the guys watching the video, we're going to go and see some ponds.
This is a customer of ours, Dave. This is a 4,000 gallon pond. All the koi supplied by ourselves, and they are some special fish in this pond. Dave's very passionate about the hobby. He does everything on his own. He does his own scrapes. He does everything. So it's a very, very well looked after koi pond, as you can see with the fish.
And in terms of filtration, the general system.
This is filtered on a bead filter and also a shower. So it was an old style pond, but it works fantastically. So we've just left it alone on that sort of thing.
So as you can see, a formal square pond. So it's 4,000 gallons still? 4,000 gallons. Not a huge pond, but as you'll see from the koi that are in it in a moment, certainly some very impressive fish. And there's a particular fish in here, which is a fish that I followed from Nisai at Shintro Koi Farm, which I'm very glad to catch up on. So give you an idea of size of the koi in this pond. The largest one here, this Kahaku in the centre, is 85 centimetres in size. Just counting quickly, 9 fish I think? 10 fish, Tim?
Yeah.
9 or 10 fish in here, all large examples. This is the shower I mentioned earlier when I was talking, Shintaro shower, and I'll put pictures up of this when it was Nisai and Sansai. So now Yonsai, I believe. Gosai? 5 years old now. So
she's over 80 now.
this Sandan Kahaku here, fish that we popped into Marasho Koi Farm last October. And we photographed this koi in Karashi Sand there. There's a fish that wanted us to photograph, and subsequently purchased by this customer. Back then it was very beautiful quality, but it was rather slim. Out of sight at the moment, but grown incredibly well.
They put her on sinking food to get that body for the first 4 or 5 months.
What sinking food are they on?
No, now they're on floating.
Okay. But yeah.
Just to get through just to get body on the winter, because the pond's heated, and it was just to get the body shape on her over the winter. And it was. I mean, it was a concern when we bought her how slim she was, but we were, Marasho said to us that no problem with the body shape, and it's come true. So we're really happy with it. Another year, I think she'll be absolutely super.
Goes to show that you don't need an enormous pond to have big fish that grow well. You don't need a particularly fancy pond to have big fish that grow well, are in good condition.
This is purely koi keeping skills. The way that Dave looks after these is just amazing. They never get netted, which is a big thing for us. People catching the fish every day, doing stuff on them and stuff. These just get very well left alone.
Yeah, certainly a very, very nice collection of koi, and as I've said several times, certainly very nice to catch up with this particular shower. David mentioned to me that if ever I was up, come and see it. So I'm very pleased to have had the chance to do that. Unfortunately, not meet him in person to see him as well and discuss it a bit further.
This is another one of our customers' pond. This is Kevin Gamble. This is 3,500 gallons. All the fish in here are from Quality Nishikigoi. These are koi that Kevin has bought himself when he's come on the trips to Japan. He's got some fantastic fish in here. I mean, one of the chagoi that he bought, I think it was in his first trip, she's close to 90 cms now. No, they're all doing really well. One of the Sankis that he brought in last year from Shintro now looks absolutely superb, the Coochie Benny. So no, excellent system. This is run on a Profi drum with a bio chamber after it and a shower. He's just recently put ozone on the system as well, so we're going to see how that comes out. Run on an air source heat pump also. So
Ozone or RO?
Ozone.
Ozone?
I think so, yeah. I think it's one of these new ozone.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, and enjoy the fish. Have a look.
So at 3,500 gallons, another example of a pond which is by no means a huge pond, but you can see the water clarity is quite superb, and obviously large fish again. What size is the Chagoi?
She's over 85 now.
Okay. And what size was that when you bought roughly, you think?
She was about 60. 2 years. This Kahaku here, the 3-step, that was bought at the Matsunosuke auction for, I think, he paid around about 60,000 yen, so about £400, and it's coming on really well now.
So the large Sankey on the left hand side, another Shintro fish.
Yeah, the Kuchiben is beautiful. Again, very thin when she came in, but now she's put on a lot of body. I mean, it goes to show that people leaving fish in Japan, there is a time to bring them back. It's not just about the actual length of the fish, it's the body size, and we seem to be getting just as good body size-wise over here than they do over there, so there's no point leaving them out there indefinite.
So, what do you know about I'm guessing this pond has kind of grown organically in terms of the filtration that's on it? So the pond was an old structure?
Yes, yeah, and I think Kev early on this year re-fiberglassed it. I mean, the flow rate in here is colossal. I mean, it adds a big weight to the growth.
So as with the last one, it's really interesting to see results that can be done in small space, relatively small space. Yeah. And obviously with a smaller pond comes a whole load of advantages in terms of cost of maintenance and
cost of running as well. It's a single drain pond, one lot of filters. It's I mean, he has paid quite a lot of money for the drums and stuff, but you know, it's what he wanted to do.
So we'll just take a quick look inside this greenhouse structure where all the filtration is housed. Trophy drum. Not sure exactly what model it is. 50 maybe? Eco 50. This water running through at the moment on the cleaning cycle. But it then connects to this bio chamber. The air pump's turned on at the moment. And then which way it runs around, whether it goes to the shower. There's a shower system as well into the bio chamber. Personally, I think it's a great combination of products in terms of methodologies for filtration: drum, bio chamber, or moving bed bio chamber, and the shower system. Excellent combination. So this pond's run by a heat pump, something I know absolutely nothing about, but Tim, you do quite a lot of these.
Yeah, we do. We install quite a lot of these now. This is an 8.5 kilowatt air source heat pump. Well, I know it sounds a lot in the electric, but that's the output of the unit. The input is around about 1.3 kilowatts. So to filter this pond, it's it's easy to do it. You can put it up to whatever temperature you want, and it gets there within a few hours, really.
So it's only using 1.3 kilowatts?
It's only using 1.3 kilowatts.
Wow, okay.
But that 1.3 kilowatts creates 8.5 kilowatt output.
Right. And what sort of is purchase cost installation?
They're about £1,100 for that unit. But it's only inch and a half in, inch and a half out, so it's very easy to put on any system.
Okay. So this is Mike Bailey and his pond aligners. Mike, tell us a bit about the pond and its construction and how it runs.
Right, it is 4,500 gallon. It runs on a Nexus 320 auto kit. It's got a large clavity on there, also a Trojan UV sterilizer, and also a bead as well. It's heated. As you can see, I've got 10 fish in there at the moment. It was built about 15 months ago. It's been running and I've not really had any issues. Everything is working how it should do. and the fish are growing really well.
Good. And you're a bit of a Japan addict since you got in the hobby.
Yes, went once to see how it was, and this October will be my 6th trip out there. I've been to a couple of times in spring and to the harvest. The only one I've not been to is the All Japan, but
Okay.
that's next on my list.
What are you hoping for from this autumn's trip?
Depends on what I see. I ain't going out there with any. I've got 5 fish already out there, so one is to go and see how they're developing, and then 2 just to see what's around, and Tim Waddington being advised to see, you know, what we think's worth buying out there.
About 30 fish, I would imagine.
So Tim, you're involved with the construction design of this pond. What were just a bit about the reasons why it's got what it's got on it? And
Well, it was just this is the way that we went with the system. There was no need to have anything else. I mean, we've got an automatic system on the back of it, so we never ever have to go down into that anyway. Even though we can't get down there with the ladder, we can only get there with the ladder. So we never have to go down there. The bead here, which is undercover there, that's the only thing that we have to do any maintenance on. And Mike probably does that about once every 2 weeks.
Well, it depends how much I'm feeding, but normally once a week, once every 2 weeks.
So, but Mike's got the auto feeder on there. What are you feeding a day now? How many times?
I'm feeding 10 times a day at the moment, slowly coming off a bit.
Little enough.
So,
But yeah, and they've been on that all summer and they've grown really well.
And then through the winter, you said you maintain around 16 degrees over this last winter we've had.
yeah, it gets covered up. I have a full polycarb, but it's not right down. It's still all accessible. Keep it at 16 degrees, which they still feed, and it's still great. I still get all winter enjoyment out of the pond as well.
Excellent. Right, let's take a closer look at some of the fish. So, very much Gosanki orientated collection. This Maritime Kahaku, I think will probably be my star of the lot. I understand this came from Ikarashi Kazuto, late Ikarashi Kazuto. The Sankei in the back corner, just out of shot at the moment. Fish from Shintaro Koi Farm, which I've known for many, many years. And I understand the large Chagoi was first fish that Mike ever bought when he went to Japan. Again, a fish which is another example of what can be achieved in a relatively small space. The filtration system, as with many ponds that Quality Nishikigoi are involved with, Evolution Aqua products used to run them, Nexus and bead filter. And the water is very, very, very clear.